is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. A checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up, oh, it's racing.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Maconi Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at Maconi Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, Maconi Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to MaconiSetupShop.com and learn why Maconi Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
And hello again, everyone, and welcome back here to PTM Racing TV, where we're live with the Pottlez Racing League Series as they bring dirt stock action to the show. Hi again, everyone. I am the Crusader, Christian Shriver on the line. Here we go. Let's get this going here. Round number 3 is underway at Fairbury Speedway. On the pole here again, and the 51 will lead him on the outside. It will be the number 2 of Brian Stang. Row number 2, it's going to be the Crusader. It is outside the throttle, Chantel Bottle. And the number 5 as we line them up into position, getting ready for our first heat race of the night. Fairbury Speedway, the site, the host for this race here tonight. This track is all about controlling, timing, and execution. It's a slick track. It's very hard to master. And we're about to see why that is in just a minute as they bring him off out of turn 4, looking for the green flag to come on out. There's the green flag. We're underway. Out of the chicane early on, Brian Stang goes the outside line, looking for a little bit of a run, gets a good run off there. He gets a nice position, and here comes Eric Gando in the 51 rooting through, trying to get the MR Customs machine up ahead, trying to fight him off as they lead him off down back, and here comes the Crusader rocking up Paw Patrol machine here tonight. Love a bump and banging though around here. See him trying to get back onto the line, trying to get back in the rhythm of things here. He's going to the bottom line to get a little bit of a stiffer control. In here again, Chantel crashed in big time there at turn 2. The throttle takes a big lick and a half there from Gann. This track is already slicked up and hurting these drivers. This is not looking good for him. Brian Stang's just starting to run away from the field and give himself a little bit of a run or two. The Crusader was going to have to try to hunt him down, and I asked earlier to the Crusader, why are you running this scheme here tonight? He said, well, a little friend of mine who actually has his name on it decided he wanted to paint me up some, so I decided I'll run that. But also, my niece loves Paw Patrol, so I couldn't resist. It's what his words, not mine, folks. Running him through here, out of turn 4, he's bumping and banging that wall protection. He's got to be jamming that thing in pretty hard. I don't know how well that thing is holding up, especially with he's running right now. Like Chantel, Throttle Pottle, he's got a few new tricks and new things in between there. Eric Gann, though, all of a sudden coming to a stop here. Something wrong with him as the throttle gets ahead here by a little margin. Both Chantel and the Crusader finally start changing up their driving styles to the V3 Club Sport Fanatec pedals as they lead him into the white flag now, kind of getting a different feel and a different idea here. Brian Stang now has the race lead by a little bit of a margin coming to the finish. That's turn 3, down into turn 4 though. It's all Brian Stang. Stang, a strong showing in heat number 1 will lead him in to the next round as he will start on the pole in the A main. But right now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at our race results for this one here. Strong start to the drivers here. Here's how we get here. As we take a look at our Grid Finder Heat 1 results, Brian Stang wins it. Second goes to the Crusader. Third to Chantel Bottle. And then fourth to Airgan to round out Heat number 1. Let's go ahead down to Heat number 2 as they start to grid up and form. On the pole, it's going to be Mr. Derek Pope. And the 00 to his outside, it's going to be the 65 of Cody Scott. Row number 2, it's Landon McKenzie, and the 22 to his outside is going to be the 84 of Matthew Hoffert. Your 8 drivers are lined up into position. We're getting ready to go racing here now as they bring him around here. Out of turn 2. Next time around we go, we're going to get that pace truck off and get to racing. A lot of fans asked me earlier today, like, why is Fairbury so tough? And really, it's all about 2 things. New tire model, which gives you a lot more grip, but also can be a lot harder to control, and the fact that the bottom and the top side like to burn up and slide in really badly here. This is not a track you want to be making too many mistakes on or too many silly errors at. You have to stay focused and stay on the run and stay on the cue. As they line them up out of turn 3, they're getting ready for the green flag. Derek Pope will lead them off. Cody Scott on the outside. Landon McKenzie looking for a start on the line. The green flag's out. We're underway. Off the line through the chicane, down the front, down out of turn 2. Here the 22. Landon McKenzie going to go hard in the throttle down into the inside zone. Looking for a run there on Derek Pope. Cody Scott on the outside trying to hang in it. The battle for the race lead. 3 drivers involved in this one. Matthew Hoffer down the outside line trying to get a run off it. Gets a little wobbly out of exit. You can see that slick part of that track is just starting to get them more. They will clean the track up later, but Landon McKenzie needs probably a little bit of a cleanup on aisle 4. Spills it out of turn 4, loses control and manages to save it. But unfortunately, the damage has been done. He's lost too much ground on the drivers. Here comes Cody Scott in that 65, just riding that baby around, trying to get something to go for it. On board we go here, and just look at him jamming that right side in, trying to get it to stick and trying to get it to run in. You can see how much that wheel is turning. He's turning it quick here. It's almost like he's running out of controller. It seems like he's really getting into it. Oh, he might be running out of time though. Gets out of turn 2, and Matthew Hoffer just barely able to keep that thing solid and straight. Damage has been done to the Grid Finder Maconi Staff Shop Pottlez Wrapz machine. You see the front end of that thing hurt bad there. Derek Pope once again, just like a lanyard last week, he's just running away from the field and having his way. He's had a pretty good season so far. If he can continue this, he'll definitely be one for the ages in his mind. 2 laps remain for the Pope. Hoffer trying to get back up to him, trying to get something going here. And you can see very similar to what we saw earlier. You can see how hard he is swinging it left, swinging it right. And again, they're trying to get that rear end to catfish around and then have a good run to straighten off at the exit. But in this case, it's all Derek Pope. He's not going to leave anything on the table. Out of turn 4, Pope takes this one home. Hoffer's going to finish second, third. Cody Scott as he comes around, finishing this one around. Looks like Landon McKenzie is going to have a little bit of a race here. Not to be. Whoa, wait a minute. Scott really tied off the corner there. Lost a little bit of ground and landed, unfortunately, coming to a sudden halt. So that will end his run there. Let's take a look at our Grid Finder Heat 2 results now popping up on your screen here. Here it is. There is the fair. This is it right now. Derek Pope will take home the win, and second going to Matthew Hoffer. Third to Cody Scott, and then fourth to Landon McKenzie as we round out the field. We are getting ready for the main event of the evening. Before we do so, let's go ahead and have a little word from our sponsors. Tonight's race has been presented and brought to you in part by Maconi Setup Shop. When you guys need the best and baddest setups around, there's only one brand and name you can trust. That's Maconi Setup Shop. be sure to visit them up on their website, MaconiSetupShop.com today, to figure out what is going to be the best time and place for you to win. By Pottlez Wrapz. If you're looking to have your car, truck, vehicle match your style on the track at the most affordable prices, Pottlez Wrapz does just that. Pottlez Wrapz. Be sure to look them on Facebook and check out all their line liveries and designs on their trading page. And by Grid Finder. Grid Finder is one place, one stop. You go ahead and filter your search by race day, a geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, and car class. Do you need a broadcaster or livery designer? You search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. And right now, currently, the drivers on the online circuit here, getting prepared, getting ready to go here. Landon McKenzie, a new driver with us in the season, kind of tuning in a little bit later on. He told me earlier today he's been looking to get a lot better at these races and get a lot more focused and more situated. He said the hardest thing he's learned about running on dirt is just the overwhelming speed and control you have to have. Cody Scott, another name that's been around here for a few times now, done pretty good as of late. He just needs to start trying to figure out how to finish and really bring it in. Brian Stang is another one of those drivers who's come so close yet so far. He's still looking to possibly get that win that he's been looking for so long. And then one driver that we already know doesn't need to really worry about that too much is Derek Pope and that 00, and then the 84 Matthew Hofford. Hofford, a former season champion, looking to continue his ways here as we get settled in for tonight's main event of the evening. Quick little refresh before we head it down. And now the time has come, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready? Because here's how we got here. On the pole, it's gonna be Matthew Hofford. Is out in the wait a minute. You got producers. I thought I told you to get the grading order just right on this time. How do you guys keep messing that up? All right. Well, anyway, here's how we got to the grading order tonight. Starting on the pole, Brian Stang in the 2. It is outside, longtime friend and veteran 00 Derek Pope. Row number 2, it's the Crusader, and the 14 is outside the 84 Matthew Hofford. Row number 3, it's going to be Chantel Throttleball in the 5, to her outside Cody Scott in the 65. Your final starter sees Eric Gann, the 51, and then the 22 of Landon McKenzie. Race fans, we're getting ready for this one. They're going to bring him across the stripes. This is parade lap time. They are ready. They are pulling for everything they've got. It's been a hard road to get to this point, but now they have got to put the pedal to the metal and rock this one to the end. Getting ready to hit up the green flag. They line them in position. Out of turn 4 they go. Green flag is out. Problems there on the back front stretch already. Cody Scott upside down. Major problems, major issue and wreck there. Under caution now. We are under caution here. We are going to caution. Cody Scott didn't even get off the line. Next thing I know, he gets into a bummer of a wreck there. Take a look at the PTM Instant Replay. Let's take a look at this one here. That was a hard lick and a half there for Mr. Scott. He seems to be okay. Staying in the car right now. He's all right. He's just more annoyed than anything. Let's take a look at the replay. Coming out of turn 4, Landon McKenzie tries to get a runoff, but unfortunately, he ends up tagging old 65 there. Cody Scott, unfortunately, unable to get that figured back in, but he does get a repair job done to it, so that will set him back up. I'm sorry, folks, but I just can't take that 14 seriously, man. Paw Patrol on that thing, and then he's got Riley on the outside of that. I know Riley's the kid that did that for him, and he did a damn good job. Give him credit where credit's due. He's got, for a kid that's of his age, I'm not going to say how young he is, but he's for his age, that's far mature what any guy at that point should do. All right, they'll lead him on out of turn 4 here. Brian Stang leads him off. Derek Pope going with it here. Off the start, green flag flies. We're back underway. Can they get some laps in? Off of turn 2 out of the gate. Brian Stang, trying to hang off Derek Pope as the 00 lines him around out of turn here. Matthew Hoffer starting to get close and personal, starting to kind of raw bang around, get a little bit of a grip up there. To the bottom goes the Crusader. Crusader not able to get going as we go to caution again. Caution's out. Landon McKenzie slows up badly here. Let's take a look at the replay here, see what happened here exactly. It looks like he gets a little bit of a spin around or a tumble here. Lines it around. Oh, man. I think just dropped straight right and just smacks in hard to Cody Scott. Scott had nowhere he could have gone there. Alright, they got him taken care of here. Line it back in. We got to quickly get back to the live feed here. Here we go. Up on the feed now we go. Caution's coming out this time by. We're going green flag racing out of turn 4. They're lining him up. Pope leads up, Stang gets him. Green flag flies. We're back underway. Now the Crusader up on the outside where Hopper goes to the bottom. Still struggling a little bit to keep that car online, trying to keep it stabilized. And here comes the throttle. Chantel Bottle on the outside looking in. She's got to run on the boys. Extremely smooth off those runs. Really getting a good momentum push off that. Really staying to it. Derek Pope on the bottom trying to hang there with him. But the Crusader firing hard on the outside line, trying to get up there with him. Brian Stang right now trying to stay ahead. He's going to have company in a minute if he's not careful. Back on board we go here. Stang right now having a strong run off those corners, off exits. He gets a good shot in too. Trying to stay ahead of the field here. Derek Pope and Chantel battling out a little bit. Landon McKenzie having some problems down there. Cody Scott straight to the bottom. Tries to see if there's anything he can do slider-wise. Didn't look like it there. Hofford right now gets put back though in this 7th here. They're trying to get a little bit of a run or two, help out each other. Dan right now, the MR Customs 51, gonna see maybe if that car is just not running the way he wants to, or if he's struggling to hold the car online. Looks like it seems like he's getting that front end to slick up too much, and the rear end's kind of pulling back out of from underneath him. Once you lose that front end on this track, it's game over. There's just nothing you can do about it. That seems to be the case here. The throttle, Chantel Bottle and Derek Pope at it here a little bit now as they are fighting for position in second. A hard race run here between the two here. Derek trying to get a jump off for her. See if maybe there's something here. Oh, here comes Sliders thrown right out on the bottom line there. Didn't quite stick. And back up to the front now. Looks like there's a little bit of a closer encounter here. Stang trying to hold up the Crusader. The Crusader is firing back on all cylinders. Here comes a slider thrown to the bottom. No grip, no gain there. It didn't work that time. What do you do if it doesn't work the first time? Simple, you try it again. Nope, no go there either. In the words of John Gerard, oh no, my friend, this way is also close. Ah, not this way. If anybody gets that Talladega Nights reference there. Brian Stang having a strong lead and a pretty good night so far. He is holding off some of the fastest and the baddest guys and gals around for the Dirt Series of Battle of the Metal. Look at them just wall ride that thing though around. That rear end is sliding straight in. Here comes slider territory. To the bottom goes the Crusader. Stang gets a bump and a half from him. Now Stang's going to throw one right back at him. He didn't appreciate that too much, but look at the power on the outside. What a run there off the corner. Oh my, he looked like he just got shot out of a cannon there, managing to hold that thing stable in. I'm surprised Paw Patrol runs that fast. He must be driving that little cop guy or whatever that cop guy. I don't know anything about that show. I think it's Derek Pope right now trying to win back another race from Lanier after winning. Got a good run there, but he's falling back quite a ways here. Chantel Throttle Pile trying to make amends for her issues last week as well. She unfortunately having some problems on the final laps, costing a caution and got into a major wreck and really hurt her chances and everything in between. Landon McKenzie kind of slowing up a little bit here. Oh, gets off of turn 4. Still having some troubles there, it looks like. Trying to hold on to that line. That thing is not doing too well here. Staying now, coming up on the outside to make a pass here. Leaning it back around, cornered off very carefully there. No issues. Stang has a pretty good run up to this point. You can just see though how hard he's running that outside line. He's trying to get something to go up to the Crusader. Stang just right there in the throttle, in the burst, just trying to hold on to it, but you can just see the distance and gap right now. You hear the motor revving up pretty hard. Up there around out of turn 2. Whoa! lost complete control there. All of a sudden, almost lost it entirely. Pretty amazing. He was able to hold on to that one, much less not spinning around. Eric Gant still trying to get up there with Derek Pope here as they're starting to push more ahead. Landon McKenzie falling back even more around the track, giving himself all sorts of issues here. But the damage on the front end definitely says all right there. McKenzie trying to hang with him, trying to keep up pace, keep something possibly around. Landon spins it out of turn 2, though. Problems for Landon. And that means now, whoa. Crusader's catching up quick. Control here. Landon gets around him there. Looks like it'll be 2 laps down at this point, unfortunately. And caution's out. They're calling caution. Well, originally that was because of the little spin there from Landon, unfortunately. Race officials did not want anyone to get smacked around there or hurt in this case, so they decided to call the caution to get them re-racked, restacked, and all that here. So we'll bring them back around here and settle them back in here. Now the green. Looks like they're getting finally greened up and ready to go. Looks like they didn't have to show the replay. I don't know why the producers did that. Third caution of the night here on the heat main event. As they line it around here. Now, Crusader's in a bad spot. He doesn't want to be on that bottom lane. Coming to the green here. They roar to life. And Stang, no surprise here. He just gets a jump off them. Lounge in here. Looks like a 1.5 there. Oh! Stang and Crusader caused it. Crashed it. Big time problems for Stang. He's into the wall and into the tire. Landon McKenzie spun around too pretty badly there, but my goodness. Just like that, all of a sudden the momentum completely shifted around there. Let's see what happens here. Stang gets a good run off. Crusader just brought it right at him. Both drivers spin. Stang completely smacks the pole. Manages to get out of that one cleanly, but good lord, that was a hard hit. Stang is saying he's okay. Crusader is saying he's not too happy right now in that car. He's saying he wished he did not do that, and he really wished he had more time to practice. To that I say, Crusader, that's no time for excuses, dude. You gotta learn how to run these things. But unfortunately, Stang getting the raw end of that deal here. Obviously, that's a tough break there for him. He did not deserve that at all. So they'll bring him around one more time. So it's going to be a green-white checker restart here. It'll be interesting to see now because Derek Pope is catching a big break and a half after the little tag there from Crusader. And Chantal Throttle is going to get the same ordeal here. So this could be an incredibly crazy finish here, depending on how things go. By the way, didn't mean to say anything here, but Matthew Hoffer saying ready to go see some good racing. That was right as he was in the heat here. So as he gets them lined back up into position here, they'll run up off turn 4. Green flag flies back out. Here we go. One last chance at victory here. Off the outside line, that's where you want to be. Pope knows he's trying to get right in there with the throttle. Both drivers side by side for the race lead. Stang moves back up into the third. He gets a hard charge off that. The white flag is out. White is out. White flag is out. They're going to go out of turn 2 this time by Chantel with a run. Landon spins it yet again. Off of turn 2, right up the corner. Oh, she loses it out of the turn. Brian Stang and Derek Pope will finish this one to a half a car length finish. It's Derek Pope winning it out of an insanely crazy finish. Chantel completely lost it in the turn. Unfortunately, the outside line is a no-gimme zone. You win races and you lose them there. And for Derek Pope, he wins it here at Fairbury, pulling off a miraculous victory. What a battle in an end for Mr. Derek Pope. And that will pretty much wrap it up there, folks. We're going to go ahead and take a look at our feature results now on your scoreboard. Here is the final results here. Your grid finder, Maconi Stop Shop, Pottlez Wrapz results coming in. It's going to be Derek Pope winning it, second to Brian Stang, third to Matthew Offord, fourth to Eric Gant, fifth to Christian Shriver, the Crusader himself, sixth to Chantel Throttle Battle, seventh to Landon McKenzie, and eighth to Cody Scott to round out the field. That's going to wrap it up here tonight for our racing action here from the Dirt Series. But thank you again to all our friends and family for tuning on in. Thank you everyone that tunes in to watch these shows. And Next time out, we'll see these drivers is at Knoxville Raceway. Hopefully, we can get a strong finish in there too. But for now, that is going to wrap it up. So from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, thank you again for tuning in, and be safe. God bless. Take care. We love you guys. See you next time when the green flag flies on PTM Racing TV.